hi to everyone out there. My name is Brian McKim. I shall be 80 this year, so I'm in my 79th year. It's the type of woman I'm hoping to be introduced to would be of a bubbly kind of retired person, not necessarily retired, but probably over retiring age, in late 60s into 70s, and someone who's got one or two similar interests to myself, which again is cinema, reading, and visiting pubs. Well, in a relationship, I'm looking for the same kind of response and long-lasting friendship that I've had with two or three ladies in the past. So I'm looking for a commitment to friendship, and I'm looking for someone who would be interested in visiting museums and art galleries, maybe as far away as London or on the south coast here. The kind of lady I'm looking for, as regards hairstyle, I'm very Catholic in that sort of thing, and hair dyed blue and silver, or just naturally grey, is okay. I've never had a friend who's been less than 4'11" tall, so as to that area, 5'6" to the same height as me, but even someone of 6 foot I'd like to meet. I'm from Mitcham in Surrey, and in my early days in a pram I was wheeled round places like Tooting and Streatham. My body type is as follows. I'm 5'10½". I used to be classed as quite skinny, but now I'm of middle weight and brown hair. My marital status is as a widower. I married in 1977, but it was a very short experience, and I'm single. On the question of children, no, I've never had any children, which is something I slightly regret, but there we are. I have 2 nieces and a sister. Do I smoke? No. I did when in my mid-20s for a couple of decades, but I haven't smoked for 2.5 years now. Yes, I enjoy a pint of best bitter and a glass of wine, preferably with the red variety. Whiskey is a favourite tipple. Well, since I've retired, I've had time to explore what subjects I'd like to add to my knowledge, and I've been weighing up different courses here in Brighton. I'm a keen photographer and have been all my life, and I intend to go on a course with the the organisation called the University of the Third Age. What am I most proud of? Well, to answer that honestly, I would have to tell you about my reading, which for the past 18 months has been focusing on what famous people have said in a book of quotations, and I've also discovered the 1001 pearls of Buddhist wisdom, which is always by my side. That's a small achievement, but it means a lot to me. If I was to win the lottery, I would spend my sudden wealth on my two nieces and their families, Benita and Melissa, and I would repay 2 or 3 charities that have helped me in recent years, like NCS and Money Advice, Oxfam, etc., etc. I did a stint at the Brighton College of Arts and Crafts. I worked at a very interesting job in South Kensington for 3 years for an architect who was responsible for overseeing the architects working for the 1951 Festival of Britain. Sir Hugh Casson's department was concentrated on interior design, and he had a commission for the first-class cabins and first-class restaurants and common spaces on the SS Canberra, and I found that work very, very interesting. Then I did 2 years national service, returned to architecture, but in the 60s I became an SFB librarian, freelance, which was nearly quite as interesting as my architectural draftsmanship was concerned. And when that came to an end, I decided to take a quite ordinary job where I was employed for 19 years here in Brighton in a residential building called Sussex Heights. In this room, which used to be the living room of the McKim family, has now become a studio flat, not quite in the same way that defined by estate agents. My bed is in my living room. I have a very spacious kitchen, an adequate bathroom, and a small patio where I've been able to bring in about 4 or 5 different plants with help of my friends and relatives. And a carpenter friend of mine has built me a small table, so I'm able to sit out there and drink my coffee and read my independent newspaper. Well, my favourite month, well, it's not April, because T.S. Eliot described it as the cruelest of months. September. I like the fall of the leaf and the end of hot sunshine, when we get any, and I like the whole term that autumn conjures up of a mellow fruitfulness. That's why I like the month. This is my pet German hedgehog. He has a name. His name is Horzu, which is a term which means seeing and hearing. I believe that it's the name of a German television scheduling magazine. But he's been with me a long time now, and he doesn't say much, but I'm very fond of him.